For months, families at the Bridgeport Crossing apartments have lived without heat. News 4 has reported extensively on the troubled TEH-owned property. Now that the company is suing its own residents. News 4's Alexis Zotos joins us live in studio with the latest on our investigation. And Alexis, this saga just keeps on going.
That's right, Chris. The Jackson family moved into that Bridgeton apartment for the school district, but the last 7 months have been nothing but a nightmare. They stopped paying rent after months of no air conditioning and then no heat. And now troubled TEH Realty is coming after them.
We need heat, we turn the oven on.
Frank and Candace Jackson have lived with no heat for months, relying on their oven and one small space heater.
That's the space heater.
Being cold in the wintertime it just has not been fun.
That's an understatement. The Jacksons say at times it's been downright dangerous, and it's a violation of their lease. So they decided to stop paying rent in October until the problems were fixed and the heat was turned on.
There's several things that are wrong with the apartment and nothing has been addressed.
They're not alone. News 4 has covered countless stories of residents at Bridgeport Crossing where the Jacksons live and Southwest Crossing in South St. Louis. Some residents there stopped paying rent in December because of unlivable conditions.
It's a struggle.
The Jacksons were shocked when last month TEH sued them for $2,800 of unpaid rent plus late fees. Their neighbors are also being sued.
They were actually serving people in this facility.
The irony here is TEH has not paid many of their own bills. Last month, News 4 reported Missouri American Water might shut off water to Bridgeport Crossing because TEH hadn't paid their water bill in months. In November, MSD had the company as one of their top 10 delinquent customers, owing more than $100,000. Trash mounted up when the company hadn't paid their own trash bills. With so many problems, some may ask, why don't families like the Jacksons simply move? Well, it's anything but simple.
Schools, first and last month's rent, deposit, moving expenses. The main thing is when you are in the middle of a lease, you have to get who you're leasing from to give you a good recommendation.
Now, signs recently went up saying Bridgeport Crossing is no longer under TEH management, but property records and the city of Bridgeton still list TEH Realty as the owner.
Now, previously, there were as many as 34 tenants living without heat at that property. We reached out to the leasing office once again to find out if there's any timeline to get this heat back on, but no one has returned our calls. And, Chris, you have covered this story extensively. And what can you talk to us about in terms of when a tenant has the right to really withhold their rent?
I have spoken with the legal services of Eastern Missouri about this very company, and you have the right to set up a special savings account, really an escrow account, where you can put your rent money in there, document it, send the landlord a letter, tell them about the major code violations. It doesn't mean the landlord won't sue you, but it gives you proof that you are setting that money aside when you take it to court.
Well, we are going to continue following this story here at News 4.
Yeah, and they own a lot of properties around St. Louis, an important story to tell. Thank you, Alexis. All right, well.